I'm Jasmine Solano. I teach Math 6-7 and Math 6 at Liberty Middle School. Well, my students have an online agenda, so I don't ever tell them what's happening on paper. They look online for everything, really. It is the 21st century, and they are already using technology in almost everything that they're doing, so it actually makes it easier for them to just find them what they're going to do for homework and classwork online. They have every activity hyperlinked for them so that if they lose papers, they can find it in one place. Their parents can find them. For that kid that says, I don't know where my homework is, parents know exactly where to look for the activities that we've done in class and homework. And a lot of our activities are online based, so Khan Academy, Mobius Math, and several other online resources, so that they can see not only that they did it, but how they did it, and they can all interact together with the material.
So we use the computer rather than a textbook, and that helps because some of us have phones, and so we can just do it on the go.
The weekly agenda on Schoology it's pretty much a calendar, and then it also has the homework, so that if you tell your parents you have no homework, they can look at this weekly agenda, see, hey, what's this that you still have to do?
The technology in math, it really gives us a lot of support because it's easier to just go through like the agenda and stuff. And quizzes is a lot easier. I think it's easier for the teacher too, just because of our handwriting and stuff. Easier to read, so it's really helpful.
My students love using technology, not just sitting and practicing problems on paper, because they get to see the math in different ways. They don't just see me up at the front of the classroom teaching them a lesson and then they practice multiple problems. They get to see videos and hear somebody else teach the lesson and see models worked out in front of them and use all kinds of online resources to help them understand the concept. So it actually is helpful for when maybe the way that I taught it wasn't the way that works for them. They can find another way, and I can differentiate to all my students because I have so many different resources that they can look to for help.
Teacher, Ms. Solano, our teacher, teaches it first, so we'll get entire class periods, like an hour of learning it, and then if it's if you're falling behind, you don't really necessarily understand it, or if you just want to touch up on something old, you can go into Khan Academy, watch a couple videos, and then take a practice quiz to see I got an 8 out of 20, so maybe I should look at some more videos or do some more practice things. Or I got a 19 out of 20, let's move to something else.
Well, it helps me learn math because I just think it's really helpful because it's really easy to contact the teacher if you have a question, because you just email her or you chat with somebody on Schoology that's in your own classroom. So it's really easy to get feedback, so you don't have to wait until the next day, and you're less confused, so it's really helpful.
Technology helps me learn math because on the computer sometimes it's easier. I can show my scratch work better because I type a lot faster, and sometimes you need to explain the reason why this equation works or something, and it's just, for some people, especially me, it's easier to type rather than write.
The online discussions in math so she kind of puts up this question and you can respond to it, and then, so maybe the question is, what is your favorite thing to do in math? And then anyone can answer it. And then if you answer, someone else can reply, ooh, I'm really good at that too, or ooh, I'm not so good, can you please help me with that? And so it really gets you to know what your peers are good at and not so good at, so that you can help them or get help from them.
We're doing something called Algebra Professor, so we're almost done with the algebra unit, so we have to teach a family member or someone we know about a standard or something we learned while in the algebra unit, something that we understand or something you don't understand, just teach them something, and you can do it in any way, so it's really cool because you get to choose how you do it and what you do, so I think this project is really fun.
We're doing lesson plans because to be able to teach them something, we need to be able to have a lesson plan to show.
First you have to interview a parent about algebra. and they will respond to certain questions that you ask them. But then, once you have this data, you look for like things that you can teach them instead of things they already know. So you can teach them something, and then they take a quiz at the end to see if you actually taught it. And overall, it just helps you learn more about the topic.
So I started doing like research on expressions and like what they are, how they function and stuff. And then I put a PowerPoint together because that was the one that it didn't make sense. So I thought if I could teach it, I'd learn a lot more.
My dad didn't do a lot of visual stuff, so what I did more like models like the distributed property to like break it down and see if he gets it more than he did in the past.
That would be awesome. If he can make a model at the end, man, you'd be a great teacher.
My parents think it's great just because they don't have to be so stressed out to like contact the teacher. Because it's really easy because at their work or jobs, they can just get on the computer and type an email or something, and they don't have to worry about actually calling the teacher or coming to school, so it's less like stressful, I should say. So they're really great because they know it helps me a lot, so they're really happy.